I'm sure that you are convinced that open source software is a good idea. So I'm going to bring you two aspects of it. One is the security aspect. So it is clearly crucial that we make security software, in general all the software, but in particular software that does encryption, decryption, and provides some form of security public. And this is a sensational and speculative topic. There are different opinions. Some people, they say, well, you know, why are you exposing certain vulnerabilities and then giving the codes to exploit them? But nevertheless, I think it is very important that code should be open, so anyone can test it, and anyone can try to break it. It is almost like a distributed testing environment, verification environment for a piece of software to be reliable or not. And well, there are some sites already providing open source for public key infrastructures, and you can search them from the net, and they provide you a bunch of tools, including the network security services for Java, security manager, and but the whole point is that everything should be in clear text. You should be able to download them, test them, and try to abuse them, because if you can abuse it as a white hat, somebody is going to abuse it as a black hat as well. Okay, having said that, let me come back to the Data Science Research Center that Murthy mentioned. We established this center almost a year now. It has objective of closing the link between data and knowledge, and it is various applications, various research projects inside of the center. And one thing that we are trying to do here is to get a data bank, which is currently in progress. We are going to put our data here, so people, they can download this data regarding to the project they are interested and play with it. And here is actually a little bit of a demonstration of it, what can be done with the data in this data science center. We have a tuberculosis project, and you can check this out. You can enter, download some files here, and we have TP lineage project here, and again you can use our data, or you can download your own data here. And we have cell graph research with one of your colleagues, Colin, invested in some time as well as a part of the software. This takes, for instance, a file from the user, let's say in this case a location file for some cell coordinates, and then it takes a link threshold, which is the distance between a pair of cells. Let's say in this case it is 20, and then it creates a representation of a underlying biological structure, and in this case the underlying biological structure happens to be a salivary gland, you know, in the branching morphogenesis. So there's an example of a tool that you can download your own data in that and use our code and to run certain functions on your data, and then also display it. Currently, you know, we are not worried about any sort of security aspects of this. We have some basic checking, so don't please break into our servers. And I have some good guys, you know, protecting the servers, but you know, we did not do this to challenge the community. And so ideally, just like this input file that I showed you here, that I entered to the program, you know, that was a particular file giving us the coordinates of the cells in a salivary gland. You know, we will put all this data eventually to the data bank, and so suppose that you have a new algorithm to display this particular gland in a better way, then you can use our data to demonstrate that your algorithm can do better. So it will work as a benchmark. So if you can establish some data in the open source, and if people, they can download this data and test their algorithms, that can serve as a benchmark. And in general, the center has lots of researchers, so please take a look at the center website, and they all have different skills and different interests, from graphics to operating systems to algorithms to game theory and to semantic web and to mathematics, and we have also our favorite Professor Murthy in the website. I think I always say that he's the only genius in our school, and I have great respect for him. So do you have any questions for me? Why are you guys interested in open source personally? What is it so attractive? Besides that, you know, you can do some interesting projects here in RPI, but in general, what is the reason that you are interested in open source? What is appealing to you? Yes, go ahead.
I suppose I'm a supporter of software for the advancement of mankind, not for profit. So personally, I like the idea of being able to work on a software project, especially through this great program RCOS, be able to get funding for it and still be able to share my work with the world.
Okay, what else? That's a very good reason.
I make money out of open source software. It's open source, so other people are willing to use it and figure out what's going on and fix stuff, because I don't have enough time to do it all.
Yeah, yeah. So you are basically taking advantage of the basics in the implementation and then make it more customized. What else?
It's a good way to organize human effort. I find actually the Google Dart team has 20 people working on it, which seems like a huge amount of people for the amount of work they're doing.
Yeah.
So.
What else? Yes.
Reputation. It's open, people can see how good or maybe how bad, but even how bad, how much you've learned.
Right, you put it out there, you know, in the daylight, so anybody can test it, anybody can check it, right? So that's a very important aspect of it. What else? Well, I tell you from my perspective, when I develop these projects, I am doing it with the federal money. It is the grants that we get from federal money, and this is coming from your parents. You know, I don't want that intellectual properties to be monopolized by, you know, some few, and but belongs to the public. That's my motivation. Any other comments or questions? Yes, please.
I like it just from the learning aspect. You can download somebody's program, you can try to compile it,
Right.
use it, and then look under the hood and see how it works.
So it is a way of transmitting the knowledge, right? And then you can see that somebody is implementing a line of, you know, code in a much more efficient way, so you can learn from that for the future. So we collectively train ourselves. There's another aspect of it. Yes, please.
No licensing servers, no purposeful obfuscation, and no DRM.
Right. Exactly. Very good. So I congratulate all of you for being a part of this project. And our next speaker is right here. So I'm going to sign out. Thank you.